Welcome back to your quiet space for building speaking confidence. Today, we aren't learning grammar. We are going to build a silence breaker for those moments when your mind goes blank. Picture this. You are at the office coffee machine. A colleague stands next to you. The machine is taking forever. The silence is getting louder. You want to look at your phone just to escape.
I used to hate this moment. My heart would race and I would just stare at the floor because I was terrified of saying the wrong thing.
By the end of this video, you will have a simple 3-step script to handle this exact moment with total calm.
It is fascinating how much fear can fit into 30 seconds of silence.
It really is. And I think for English learners, that silence feels much longer. It feels heavy. You feel like you need to perform, but you don't have a script.
Exactly. When I was learning languages, I always felt like everyone else was waiting for me to entertain them. If I didn't say something brilliant, I failed. So I said nothing.
And that is the tragedy. You say nothing, so you connect with no one. You stay in your bubble. But the truth is, nobody wants you to be brilliant. They just want you to be human. They just want to acknowledge that you are both standing there, waiting for the same slow coffee machine.
So let's break this down. We are calling this the awkward silence breaker. It is a tool for those unplanned moments. The elevator ride, the time before a Zoom meeting starts, the queue at the lunch counter.
Yes, these are what we call dead time. You aren't working and you aren't really socializing. You are just waiting. And that is where the panic starts.
The script we are building today has 3 parts. Step 1 is the observation. Step 2 is the bridge. And step 3, which might be the most important, is the graceful exit.
Let's start with step 1, the observation. Mark, why do people usually fail right at the beginning?
Because they try to start a big conversation too fast. They say, "How are you?" or "What did you do this weekend?"
And why is that a problem? Those sound like polite questions.
They are polite, but they require a real answer. If I ask you, "How are you?" you have to check your feelings, find a word, and decide how honest to be. It is a high cognitive load. It puts pressure on the other person.
Exactly. In a lift or a coffee queue, we don't want pressure. We want shared reality. So step 1 is simply observing the thing that is happening to both of you right now.
You are taking the attention off yourself and off the other person and putting it on a third object.
Precisely. If the coffee machine is slow, you talk about the machine. If it is raining outside, you talk about the rain. If the elevator is crowded, you talk about the crowd.
It sounds too simple. Does that really count as English conversation?
It is the most natural English conversation there is. It signals, I see you, I am friendly, but I demand nothing from you.
So let's look at the coffee machine scenario. It's buzzing, it's dripping slowly, you're both watching it. What do you say?
You just say, it's really taking its time today, isn't it?
That is good. It's not a question about their life. It is just a fact.
Listen to it again. It's really taking its time today, isn't it? Mark, try that.
It's really taking its time today, isn't it?
Notice the tone. It's a little bit tired, a little bit funny. You are sharing a tiny struggle. Let's try another one. Imagine the office is very loud.
Okay, so we are standing there and there's a lot of noise in the background.
You just say, it is certainly busy in here this morning.
It is certainly busy in here this morning.
This is a safe opener. Nobody can disagree with you. You aren't asking for an opinion. You are just stating a fact.
And what if the other person doesn't want to talk?
That is the beauty of the observation. If they just nod and say, yeah, that is fine. You haven't failed. You made a comment, they acknowledged it, and now you can go back to silence without it being awkward. You broke the ice.
I love that. It lowers the stakes. You aren't demanding a friendship. You're just testing the water.
Exactly. So I want our listeners to practice this. I'm going to give you a scenario, and I want you to say the observation phrase out loud. Don't just think it, speak it.
The first scenario is the slow coffee machine. The phrase is, it's really taking its time today, isn't it? Ready? Go.
Good. It's really taking its time today, isn't it?
Now the second scenario. You are waiting for the elevator and it is taking a long time to arrive. The phrase is, I think everyone must be using the elevator today. Go.
I think everyone must be using the elevator today.
It feels very natural. It feels like something a native speaker would throw away without thinking.
And that is the goal. We want you to have these throwaway phrases in your pocket. When you have them ready, you don't panic. You don't have to construct the grammar. You just pull out the phrase.
Okay, so we have done the observation. We have established that we are both alive and standing in the same place. What comes next?
Step 2 is the bridge. This is where we move from the object to the person. But we have to be careful. we still don't want to be too intrusive.
Right. If I say, the coffee is slow, by the way, how is your divorce going? That is too much.
Far too much. You want a low-stakes question that bridges the gap between the situation and their day.
My favorite bridge is asking about their immediate future, not their whole life, just the next hour.
That is a perfect strategy. So you might say, have you got a busy morning ahead?
Have you got a busy morning ahead? I like that. It is easy to answer. They can say, yes, very busy, or no, actually it is quiet.
It gives them control. If they want to complain about their boss, they can. If they want to keep it short, they can. You are opening a door, not dragging them through it.
Another good bridge is checking their state of mind. Something like, is it one of those days for you too?
Oh, that is a lovely phrase. Is it one of those days for you too? It implies that you are tired or busy, and you're asking if they feel the same. It creates instant empathy.
It creates a team feeling. Us against the work. Us against the slow coffee machine.
Let's practice these two bridges. Remember, you only use these after the observation. The observation breaks the silence. The bridge invites a connection.
Scenario 1. You have commented on the slow machine. Now you want to ask about their workload. The phrase is, have you got a busy morning ahead? Listen and repeat.
Have you got a busy morning ahead?
Make sure your voice goes up at the end. It should sound light and curious, not like an interrogation.
Try it again. Have you got a busy morning ahead?
Now the second option, the empathy bridge. The phrase is it one of those days for you too? Ready? Speak.
Is it one of those days for you too?
I feel like if someone asked me that, I would immediately relax. I would let my shoulders drop and say, you have no idea.
And boom, you are in a real conversation. That is the magic. You went from staring at the floor to sharing a feeling, all in 2 sentences.
But here's the problem I always had. I would get this far, I would start the conversation, and then the coffee would be ready, and I wouldn't know how to leave.
Ah, the trapped feeling. This is why many learners don't start talking. They are afraid they will get stuck in a conversation they can't finish, or they won't know how to walk away politely.
I used to just say bye and run away. It felt so rude.
We need step 3, the graceful exit. This is your safety net. If you know how to leave, you will feel brave enough to enter.
So what is the formula for a graceful exit?
It is 2 parts, action plus wish.
Action plus wish. Can you explain that?
First, you state the action you need to take. This explains why you are leaving. It shows you aren't leaving because you dislike them. You are leaving because you have a task.
So the action could be, I better get back to my desk.
Exactly. Or, I need to go check my emails. Or simply, I better get going.
And then the wish?
The wish leaves them with a warm feeling. Hope the meeting goes well. Enjoy your coffee. Have a good afternoon.
So you put them together. I better get back to my desk. Enjoy your coffee.
It is clean, it is professional, and it is final. It signals clearly that the conversation is over, but in a nice way.
It stops that awkward moment where you both start walking and talking at the same time.
Precisely. You take control of the ending. Let's practice a few combinations of action and wish.
Combination 1. Action, I better get back to it. Wish, good luck with your meeting.
Listen to the rhythm. I better get back to it. Good luck with the meeting. Now you try.
Combination 2. Action, I've got to run. Wish, catch you later. This one is more casual, maybe for a friend or a close colleague.
I've got to run. Catch you later. Try that.
And one more, very standard for the office. Action, I should get moving. Wish, have a good one.
Have a good one is such a great, versatile phrase. It covers everything. Have a good day, have a good morning, have a good meeting. I should get moving. Have a good one.
So we have the 3 steps. The observation to break the ice, the bridge to open the door, and the graceful exit to leave with style.
Before we put it all together in a simulation, I want to take a moment to ask you to subscribe to the channel if you are finding this helpful. We are building a library of these calm, practical lessons, and clicking subscribe helps us reach more learners who need a quiet space to practice.
And if you hit the bell, you won't miss our next session on handling phone calls, which I know is a big stress point for many of you.
Now, let's put this into a real-life simulation. We are going to role-play the entire scene at the coffee machine.
I will play the part of your colleague. I will be standing next to you. Anna will guide you on what to say.
Imagine you are walking into the break room. You want a coffee. Mark is already there, waiting for his tea. The machine is making a loud whirring noise. You stand next to him. The silence stretches out. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Okay, Step 1. Break the silence. Observation. Say, "It's really taking its time today, isn't it?"
Yeah, it really is. I think it needs fixing.
He responded. Now step 2. The bridge. Ask about his morning. Say, "Have you got a busy morning ahead?"
Oh, incredibly busy. I have 3 meetings back to back. I definitely need this tea.
He is sharing his stress. Now the coffee is ready. You have your cup. It is time for step 3. Graceful exit. Say, "Well, I better get back to it. Good luck with the meetings."
Thanks. You too. See you later.
And scene. You did it.
That felt very smooth. It took about 45 seconds, but it changed the whole atmosphere.
Let's try it one more time, but with different phrases. This time, I won't tell you the exact words beforehand. I will just give you the prompt.
Same situation. Coffee machine. Silence. Ready?
Step 1. Comment on how busy the office is. Go.
It sure is chaotic in here today.
Step 2. The bridge. Empathy check. Ask if it is one of those days. Go.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's definitely one of those days. My inbox is exploding.
Step 3. Graceful exit. Say you need to run and tell him to enjoy his drink. Go.
Thanks. Speak soon.
How did that feel? Did you notice that when you have the structure, observation, bridge, exit, you don't have to panic? You know exactly where you are going.
It is like having a map. You don't have to worry about getting lost in the conversation. You know the way out.
And that is the key to building confidence. Confidence isn't about knowing every word in the English dictionary. It is about knowing you can handle a situation without freezing.
I want to talk about why this matters. We saw a video recently about stopping wasting life. It was very inspiring.
Yes, it was about taking leaps and living fully. And I think sometimes as learners we think living fully means giving a TED Talk in English or writing a novel.
But living fully is actually made of these tiny moments. It is the 30 seconds with a colleague. It is the joke with the barista. It is the smile in the elevator.
If you hide in your phone every time there's a silence, you are deleting those moments. You are shrinking your life.
That is a powerful way to put it. Hiding in your phone is shrinking your life.
It is. You are choosing to be absent. But when you use this script, even if it's just a silly comment about a coffee machine, you are choosing to be present. You are choosing to be part of the world around you.
And that feeling of connection, even a small one, gives you energy. It makes you feel like an English speaker, not just an English student.
Exactly. An English student studies in a book. An English speaker complains about the slow coffee machine. Be the speaker.
I think we should talk about some common pitfalls. What goes wrong when people try this?
The biggest mistake is tone. If you say the observation with a flat, angry voice, it sounds like a complaint.
Right. If I say, "This machine is so slow," with a frown, I just sound like a grumpy person.
You want to use a tone that says, "We are in this together." A little smile in the voice helps. It turns the complaint into a bonding moment.
Another mistake is waiting too long.
Yes, there is a window of opportunity. The first 10 seconds are the best time. If you stand in silence for 2 minutes and then speak, it can be a bit startling.
It is like the silence hardens. It gets thicker.
If you miss the window, that's okay. You can just smile and wait. But try to be brave in those first few seconds. That's when the observation works best.
What about body language?
Huge. If you are looking at your phone while you speak, it sends a mixed signal. It says, "I am talking to you, but I don't really want to."
So, phone in the pocket?
Phone in the pocket. Eye contact for a brief second when you speak. You don't have to stare at them, but look at them, then look at the machine. It creates a triangle of attention. You, them, the machine.
I like the triangle idea. It feels safer than direct eye contact the whole time.
Much safer. Staring is intense. The triangle is casual.
Let's do a quick drill on the bridge questions again. I think that is the hardest part for people. They worry about being rude.
It is a valid worry. In some cultures, asking about work might seem invasive, but in English-speaking work cultures, especially in the UK, US, Canada, asking busy day is standard code for "I acknowledge your existence."
It is not really an inquiry into their schedule. It is a phatic expression. It is social glue.
Phatic expression. That is a great term. It means speech that is for social purpose, not information purpose. When I say, "How are you?" I don't want a medical report. I just want to signal friendship.
So if you are worried about being rude, remember, silence can be interpreted as rude too.
Silence can look like arrogance.
That is such a good point. You might be silent because you are shy, but they might think you are silent because you think you are better than them.
Or that you are angry.
Yes, so breaking the silence is actually an act of politeness. It puts the other person at ease.
Let's practice a variation for a different setting. What about the copier? The printer is jammed. This happens all the time.
Okay, printer scenario. Step 1, observation. What do you see?
I see a flashing red light and paper everywhere.
So the phrase could be, it looks like it's having a bad day.
It looks like it's having a bad day. I like personifying the machine. It is funny.
It is always good to blame the technology. Step 2, bridge. You are both frustrated.
Hope you didn't have a big report to print.
Excellent. Hope you didn't have a big report to print. It shows empathy.
And step 3, exit. You can't fix it. You need to leave.
Action. I'll come back later. Wish. Good luck with it.
I'll come back later. Good luck with it.
Perfect. You observed, you connected, you escaped. And you didn't apologize. Notice that? You didn't say, sorry to bother you.
That is a big one. We often start with, sorry, is this working? Sorry to ask.
You don't need to be sorry for existing in a shared space. You have a right to be there. The observation is not an interruption. It is a contribution.
I want to challenge our listeners to try this, but I know it is scary.
It is scary. So here's my advice. Start with step 1 only.
Just the observation?
Just the observation. Next time you are in a queue, just say the first phrase. Busy today, isn't it? Or, this line is moving slow.
And then what?
And then nothing. If you are too scared to do the bridge, just stop there. You can just smile and look forward.
That counts as a win?
That is a huge win. You broke the barrier, you opened your mouth, and English came out in a public place. That is a victory.
And usually, the other person will say something back.
They will, and that might surprise you. They might start the bridge for you. They might say, yeah, it is always like this on Tuesdays. Are you on your lunch break?
And then you are reacting, not initiating.
Which is often easier, but you have to strike the match. You have to light the spark with that first observation.
I am thinking about the stop wasting life idea again. It is funny how we wait for big moments to practice English. We wait for the job interview or the presentation.
We treat English like a tuxedo. We only wear it for special occasions.
But English is jeans and a t-shirt. It's for every day. It's for the coffee shop. It's for the broken printer.
I love that. English is jeans and a t-shirt. If you only speak English when it is important, you will always be nervous, because important moments are scary.
But if you speak English when the coffee is brewing, it's not scary. It's just life.
And that is how you build confidence. You build it on the low-stakes moments. So when the high-stakes moment comes, the interview, the meeting, you are ready. Your voice is warmed up.
You have practiced the rhythm of connecting.
Exactly. So let's review the 3 steps one last time. I want these to be stuck in your head.
Step 1, observation. Talk about the environment. It's really taking its time today.
Step 2, bridge. Ask a low-stakes question. Have you got a busy morning?
Step 3, graceful exit. Action plus wish. I better get back to it. Have a good one.
I recommend writing these down on a small piece of paper or in the Notes app on your phone.
Just glance at them before you walk into the break room.
Visualization helps too. Before you go to get your coffee, close your eyes for 5 seconds. See yourself standing there. See yourself saying the phrase. See the colleague smiling back.
Athletes do that. They visualize the race.
You are a linguistic athlete. Visualize the interaction. It primes your brain to actually do it.
And if it goes wrong? What if you say it and they don't hear you or they ignore you?
That is the fear, isn't it? But let's look at the reality. If they ignore you, it is awkward for 3 seconds. Then you get your coffee and leave. You survive.
You don't die.
You don't die. And honestly, if they ignore a friendly comment about a coffee machine, that says more about them than it does about you. They might be having a terrible day. They might be deaf in one ear.
It is not a rejection of you as a person.
Never take it personally. You offered a gift, a moment of connection. If they didn't take it, that is fine. You still practiced. You still win.
I think that mindset shift is crucial. The goal isn't make them like me. The goal is practice opening my mouth.
Yes, the outcome is the action, not the reaction. If you spoke, you succeeded.
We have covered a lot of ground today, from the panic of silence to the mechanics of the exit.
We have, and I hope you can feel that this is a manageable skill. It is not magic, it's just a script.
And scripts can be learned.
Scripts can be learned, practiced, and mastered. Eventually, you won't need the script. The words will just come. But for now, use the script. Lean on it.
It is your training wheels.
Exactly.
So we have a challenge for you this week.
We do. We want you to be a silence breaker.
Find one moment this week, just one, where you would normally hide in your phone or stare at the floor.
It could be the grocery store checkout. It could be the office kitchen. It could be the bus stop.
And use step 1, the observation. Make one comment about the situation.
Long line today. Cold out there. Nice music. Anything.
Just drop it into the air and see what happens.
You might be surprised by how good it feels to just be a person in the world, speaking English.
And if you do it, let us know how it went. We love hearing your stories.
Remember, confidence is built one small interaction at a time. You are doing great.
Keep practicing and don't fear the silence.
Fill it with your voice. We will see you in the next episode.